Hey guys, how you doing? It's Tom. I'm back with another video. And on this video, I wanted to talk about what's so great about Iloilo, Philippines. Iloilo is on Panay Island, okay, which is right across the water from Bacolod. It's pretty short. I think it's like a 1 hour boat ride, from Bacolod. And it's a nice little city. It really is. In the city proper, there's about a half a million people. But then if you sort of include the whole metropolitan area, which is like the outside of the city area, it's almost a million, I think, or it might even be slightly over a million people. Okay. And, one of the big festivals that they have every year in the fourth Sunday in January, we've been to this festival. It's called Dinagyang Festival. Okay, Dinagyang. Okay, this is actually about a week after the Cebu, the big festival in Cebu, which is like the third Sunday in January. But that'll be next, actually. Cebu, that'll be the next island that I cover. You know. But yeah, there's also there's a couple islands that are very closely and easily accessible, right, to Iloilo. Gigantes Island in Carlos, Isla Gigantes, which is a nice area, nice island to check out. We haven't been there, but we will go there next time we go there. Next time we even go to Bacolod, right? Because we have relatives in Bacolod. Next time we go there, we go to Iloilo. We'll check that island out. But the other island is Guimaras, and we have been there. We've been there twice, actually, on the same trip. We liked it so much the first time. We were like, hey, let's come back here, because there was nice beaches and everything. It was a cool island, and it was like a 25-minute boat ride from Iloilo, like a small boat too, not some big boat, just a small, those boats were, they're kind of smaller. They hold maybe 30 people or whatever at the most. Yeah, that type of boat. So anyway, some cool islands to check out in Iloilo. Iloilo also has really good sort of infrastructure. Um, it's one of the smart cities, one of the modern kind of smart cities in the Philippines. Um, it's got a lot of cool architecture, old churches and stuff to check out. There's a river walk, Esplanade, which actually we stayed at a hotel that basically the river walk was right behind us. So we used to just walk out and walk along the river walk, like every day we were there. So that was pretty cool. The Del Rio Hotel was the one we stayed at. And what else? Has a very low crime rate and corruption rate, which is interesting, right? The lowest, you know, in the Philippines. Um, there's, I think there's about 3 or 4 malls there. There's SM City Iloilo. There's Festive Walk Mall. There's Gaisano Capital, and then there's Robinson's Mall, right? There's also a lot of museums there to check out. Uh, there's National Museum of the Philippines. There's Museo Iloilo, Museum of Philippine Economic History, Museum of Contemporary Art. There's several other ones as well. There's a lot of culture there in Iloilo. Um, some of the a couple of the sort of more famous foods, right, that are prevalent in Iloilo that kind of are very popular there is the La Paz Bok Choy, and actually there's the Pancit Molo, which I think is a beef dish. Um, Pretty cool city. It's bicycle friendly. There's bike lanes and stuff. And you'll see that the streets are very well paved and modern, and you know what I mean. There's not as bad a traffic in Iloilo as there is in some other cities in the Philippines, right? But of course, because that's the situation. If you're driving in Iloilo, you got to be careful because you're probably going to be driving faster because of the lack of the little traffic that there is. It's not so bad, so you'll be able to pick up more speed. So if, you got to be careful, you know what I mean, because if you get in an accident, you're more likely to get hurt if you're going 40 miles an hour, you know what I mean, like for example 40 or 50 miles an hour even, than you would be going like 20 miles an hour, in some city where there's just a lot of traffic and you can never really build up much speed, but it's a very modern city. Interesting thing that I got from going to Iloilo, it's kind of like we spent a week there, and it's like I don't know, it's like it didn't jump out at us, you know what I mean? I almost want to say I could see how people would want to live there though, you know what I mean? It's just got good infrastructure and it's more modern, So it's almost like it's a more family oriented city, so it's kind of like it would be a good place to live and it's centrally located, you know, but it's not like the most exciting, city that you're going to go to, you know what I mean? Like from a tourist standpoint, there's stuff to see there, don't get me wrong, but after a week you're going to be like, okay, now what? You know what I mean? Like it's not like, you'll have seen everything, after being there for a week, you'll probably have seen everything that there is to see, So it's kind of like, remember that saying, it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there? This is almost like the opposite. It's a nice place to live, but I wouldn't want to be a tourist there. It sounds crazy, right? But guys who have been there probably will know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, it's nice, but it just doesn't jump out at you. It's not like, wow, um, it's not like the most exciting place in the world, because especially if you're like single, and all that, it's more for like families or couples or, it's just laid out that way. It's kind of like I said, it's a nice city. It would be a nice city to live in, and it's got really good proximity to a lot of other places, a lot of other cities. So it's pretty cool in that regard, It's just, yeah, it's not like I don't know. Like I said, after a week, you'll want to go somewhere else, But yeah, pretty cool though. Like I said, definitely worth checking out for sure. And there are expats that live there, that decide to live there. There's also other parts of Panay outside of the city that, like especially on the east coast of Panay Island, there's areas there right on the water where it's very nice. You know what I mean? It'd be excellent place to live, or and stuff like that. Especially if you want to live right on the water. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I would definitely check it out. You know, we'll go there again. Definitely. Definitely want to see that Gigantes because I've heard a lot about it. We just didn't get a chance to go there. I think I covered everything. There's some other festivals too, some smaller festivals, but that's the big one, the Dinagyang Festival, which we did check out. We were there during that time, so that was kind of cool. We got pictures and stuff too. We actually I made previous videos about it. I made videos at the time we were there. This is pre-pandemic, and I posted them like probably last year. At the beginning when I started this channel. But yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to say. There is, I think, taxis also are allowed there in Iloilo. I believe there's grabs, and all that too. So yeah, you won't find a lot of. I don't remember seeing a lot of trikes like in this, especially in the city. You know what I mean? Like Maybe in the outlying areas they have them, but in the city it's more just cars, you know, taxis, grabs, you know, the normal stuff that you know, you would find in a city in the Philippines, you know. Uh, and it is a bigger city. I mean, as far as, you know, it's not like just 100,000 people or whatever, you know. It's a good sized city. A lot of good food, you know. Like I said, it's a nice city, you know, and it's got some good colleges there also, as well as all the museums that I mentioned. But there's also good schools there. There's some good hospitals there, you know. So, but that's about it, guys. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover on this video, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later, man. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you can, and I appreciate it if you could share it too. Share my videos if you want, you know. All right, guys, I'll see you later, man. Bye bye.